Hello there. Welcome back to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. So I'm going to show you how we're going to use some chocolate box cake mix, but we're going to enhance it with more chocolate. It's already chocolate, but we're going to mix it with more chocolate. And then I'm going to show you how to do a raspberry chocolate frosting to go on it. Going to have that 3 layers. And this is for your Thanksgiving dinner, because you know you got to have something chocolate there, right? Okay, so let's do it. Thumbs up, share the video, subscribe, check out the links below. Please share the video. It's sharing time, it's Thanksgiving time, okay? Alright, let's do it. Okay, so I have a box of triple chocolate fudge and a box of super moist chocolate fudge. So one is triple chocolate and one is just chocolate fudge. We're going to put the two together, and then we're going to also enhance it with some more chocolate. Chocolate on top of chocolate on top of chocolate, guys. Okay, and I'm going to be mixing it in the Ninja. I'm going to put the other box in. Okay, so now we're just going to follow the box instructions first. So it calls for 1 1/4 cup of water for the super chocolate, and the triple chocolate calls for 1 1/4 cup of water. So that's 2 1/2 cups of water total. 1 1/4, 1 1/4 is 2 1/2 cups of water. So let's do that. I have a cup measure here. That's 1 cup. Two cups, and now I need a half. I have a half cup measure. Let me fill this. Okay, now I need 1/2. Okay, that's 2 1/2 cups of water total. Okay, now it's calling for 1/2 cup of oil on this box and 1/2 cup of oil on this box. So that's a total of 1 cup of oil total for the two boxes. 1 cup of oil. Okay. And I have some pure olive oil. We're going to pour 1 cup of oil. Okay, we got 1 cup of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use vegetable oil. Okay, so now we have we need 3 eggs in this box and 3 eggs in this box. So a total of 6 eggs within the 2 boxes of cake mix. 6 eggs. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure you can see. I'm gonna just break the eggs off into a separate bowl here. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 eggs. Okay, so now I'm going to just mix this so that I can make it all one consistency. And now I'm going to pour it in slowly. You want to pour it in slowly because when you get close to the edge, you want to definitely go slow in case you see any shells, just to make sure nothing goes in. Okay, I have no shells. Okay. Now I want to add some Hershey's cocoa chocolate to go with it, okay? And I want to add a 1/2 cup. I don't know if I have a 1/2 cup. I'm thinking I do. It looks like I do. We'll see. Yes, I do. So I have a 1/2 cup of the cocoa chocolate, okay? I'm going to add that in. Okay. I think that we are definitely good. We'll give that a mix. We're going to turn the oven on 350 degrees. Let that start heating up. Okay. Now let me put the lid on. I'm going to hit mix on the Ninja. Okay, I see some batter down in the corners here that I want to make sure that I get. So I'm just going to go down and just move things around if I can. If you can't, it's no problem. When it stops, you can mix it. Okay, I'm going to mix that again. I got some egg batter there I want to get off. Okay, we're mixed now. So I'm going to be using 3 cake pans. These are 9-inch cake pans. I'm going to use 3 because we're going to stack them one on top of the other to have 3 layers. Okay? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put some olive oil on the bottom of the pan, just a little, but enough so that you can spread around the sides and the bottom with a paper towel. If you have a cooking spray, feel free to use that. So you see what I'm doing, right? And all on the edge. That's so it doesn't stick. You know, years ago, we used to do this, and then we would put flour around the edge, or you would rub margarine or butter in the pan, and then the flour. Just double making sure. Okay. So now I'm gonna take the mixing pot out, and then I'm gonna put the pans down here and pour it. Give me 1 second, I'll let you watch me do that. Okay, so now let's just pour our cake batter into a little bit at a time in each pan so that you can have it evenly distributed. You can look and see which one you need more of and that sort of thing if you do it that way. Okay, now I'm going to just take the spatula. You know those corners I was talking about I see a little drop there, so I'm just mixing that in. Now you don't want to, you want to leave 1/4 on the top free so that the cake can rise. If not, it's gonna go over in the oven on you. Okay. Cleaning up my mess. Okay, so you see we're all set. I'm going to put it in the oven. The oven is good and warm now, and we're going to let that bake until I can stick a butter knife into it and it comes out clean, okay? Alright, so I'm thinking that's around maybe 20 minutes, maybe 25, somewhere around there. I'll stick the butter knife in and find out, okay? Alright, and that's how you're going to tell. Alright, so I'm going to put them in, and I'll see you in a few. I'll give you the word of the day, okay? Thanks. Okay, I just took the cakes out the oven. I just want to show you. You're going to take a knife and you stick it in. And if it comes out clean, then the cake is done. When there's no cake, wet cake on the knife itself, okay? On the butter knife. Alright, so I'm going to let the cakes cool for about maybe 40 minutes. And then I'm going to transfer them to some plates, and then at that point I'm going to show you how we're going to do the frosting, okay? Alright, meanwhile I would like to give you the word of the day. The word of the day. The word of the day is, you're not where you want to be. You're not where you want to be. Maybe you thought you would be further ahead in your career. Maybe you thought you would have children by now. Maybe you thought you might be married by now. Maybe you thought that you would have a companion or significant other. Maybe by now you thought you would be a better person, or maybe you thought you would show your parents that you really appreciate them. So you're not where you want to be. But looking back, thank God, you're not where you was. So you see, you are making progress. You are on your way to being where you want to be. That's the word of the day. Okay, we're going to let the cakes cool for about 30-40 minutes, and then I'm going to show you how to frost it, alright? Cool. Okay, the 3 cakes have cooled down, and I took a knife. Let me get it. And I went around like this to take this top off. I already cut it off. I just wanted to show you what I did. Okay, so that the top is flat on 2 of the cakes. The top layer we're going to leave mounted. Okay, so we'll sit this over here a minute, and we'll start on the bottom layer that I already took the top off, and the cut side is on the bottom of the plate. And now we're going to start with our frosting, okay? Alright, let's make the frosting. So I have here some creamy chocolate frosting. And I have some raspberry preserves that we're going to mix with the chocolate. This is going to make our raspberry frosting. So I'm going to put half of the jar. This is a 1-pound jar of raspberry preserve. Okay, I have the preserves in here. Now we're going to add the frosting, and I'm going to mix it. So I'm going to mix half and half first. as you are mixing, I can see the chocolate turn into a reddish tint, showing up that raspberry. Okay, I'm going to add the rest of the chocolate. Okay, and this is a 1 pound container of chocolate frosting. The reason why I'm mixing it a little at a time is because I don't want the frosting to get too loose. So by me doing it a little at a time, I can feel how thick it still is. And you can see it's running off the spoon, so I don't want to put any more raspberry in it because it'll get too loose. Okay? That's about good right there. Okay, so you can see I used a half of a jar. Okay. Now I'm going to bring our cake down that's on the plate already. And we're going to do our first layer of frosting. Okay, now I'm just going to spread it. Right to the edge of the cake. Okay. Now I'm going to put our next layer on. This is the second layer that we cut the top off, see? Okay. So I'm going to take this out like this. You see I turned the pan upside down. And I'm going to put the cut side onto this cake here. Okay, now we're going to frost this side. Let me clean this up. Okay, now we're going to frost this top. Same process. Okay, now I'm going to spread it right to the edge. Not too thin now. You want to leave some thickness there so that when you bite into that, you can really taste that raspberry frosting. and not just cake. Okay, so this spot here, I feel I need a little more right here. Let me show you that so far. Okay. Okay, and now we have our last layer here that we're not going to cut that top off. We're going to leave that top on. Do I want it off? Yeah, I think I want it off, guys. Okay, you can leave it on if you want. It's your choice. It's not a deal breaker either way. But I think I would like to see it flat. Just for appearance sake for me. My own hang up here. Okay, you see I cut it off. I'm just going to level it off. Okay. Okay, in the same process, we're going to flip it over. Take it out the pan. That's the flatness that I want to see on the top, okay? There we go. You notice I'm doing that, pushing it down a little and shaking it. That's to level it down. Okay. Looks like we're good. So now the same process, except this time we're going to let that run down on the side. And then you're going to take your spatula and even it out so that you're covering the sides. And if you can't get every single spot on the side, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You do the best you can when you are cooking and baking. And, you know, most of the time it'll come out good. And other times you might need a little practice. But either way, as long as your heart was into it, you did good. Okay, as I'm working my way around, I'll have to do some cleanup. Okay, make sure you save some for your top. We're almost around the whole cake. Okay, now we want to fill in the top. And patch up any spots you need to patch up. Okay. Now I'm gonna clean this up so that it doesn't look like a mess. My counter's a mess. Give me a few minutes. Okay guys, look at this. How triple chocolate fudge cake with chocolate raspberry frosting. So I can't wait to slice that and let you see me taste that. 1 second. Okay guys, let's give it a try. That raspberry frosting says hello. You can definitely taste the raspberry. And the chocolate going with it is just awesome. You know how you have sort of like strawberries. It reminds you of that, but a raspberry taste, which is a little stronger taste. I love it. I love it. I love it. The cake is nice and moist. That triple chocolate cake. You gotta do this one for Thanksgiving, guys. This is a home run, I promise you. And we just doctored the cake up, and it made it happen. Okay, all right. So I love you.